What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Put a Ring on It Season 4 Episode 3 review. Want to let you guys know that you can now join the T Squad membership. Yes, ma'am. You do not want to miss this. There are 2 levels. You have the T Squad Max level, which is $4.99 a month, where you will get an exclusive Monday night video every Monday night from me at 6 p.m. Central Time, where we will have our own private spill the tea, behind the scenes tea, nostalgic tea, story video. Plus, I'll be doing live chats, live call-ins, giveaways, games. And then for level 2 of the membership, which is $5.99 a month, which is the T Squad Pro, you will get the Monday night spill the tea videos at 6 p.m. plus an extra bonus video every month that is more near and dear to me, where you guys will be able to get to know me more on a personal level. So it'll be like a makeup tutorial, story time, vlog, cooking with Keisha, interviews with different authors or celebrities. It's going to be super lit. Make sure you guys join. Monday will be my first membership live video. So get ready and click that join button now. Let's get into this video. So Dunbar reveals to Stacy, the doctor, counselor, whatever you want to call her, that he deals with anger, depression, and anxiety, and he prays because he doesn't want to hurt anyone anymore. He's afraid Chance will leave him. He's distraught. He's crying over this. And Dunbar in his confessional says, my stepfather, when he came home, he was angry about his job and took it out on my mom. To be a child and see your mom get beat on because your dad is tired confused me. I was never taught how to love. I was taught how to fight. Stacy says, if mental illness is something you have to deal with that first. The people that truly love you will stay. And I agree. Like, this is something that you deal with. Depression is not anything to play with. Anxiety is not anything to play with. And anger is not anything to play with. And if this is plaguing him to this point and this magnitude, he of course needs to deal with that before he can fully give himself to anybody, because those issues are going to continue to creep up in his relationships. So Dunbar in his confessional says, I was an angry child and football player, and I would take things that were done to me in the football field home. I would yell, cuss, and scream to my woman. So I'm guessing this was his previous relationship. So if he even said out of his mouth that, he was verbally, and even though that might not have shown up yet in this relationship, it doesn't mean that it won't, because it's obvious that he has control issues, and who's to say that those issues have not already shown themselves in this relationship, and it was just something that they didn't talk about because they didn't stay very long. So Dunbar says, I don't want to push Chance away, but I don't know how to say, Chance, baby, I probably really need help. The last woman I was really in love with when I started having breakouts left me. So Stacy says it may bring you close though. So he says that he's going to talk to her and tell her. And I'm like, so you've been with her this whole time and you have not said this to her? You have not told her? I can't remember how long they said they had been together, but I'm pretty sure these things have shown up in their relationship at some point. It had to have. So the couples then all meet up, but Chance and Dunbar aren't there. They're waiting and waiting and waiting, and they never show up. And I knew right then and there that they was going to chicken out and in their process on this show. So Stacy starts without them and talks to Ricky about his date. And he says that he told his date how he stays the night at his baby mama house sometimes when he watches the kids, and how the girl said that she didn't have a problem with it. Sheila, I believe that was her name. And Stacy asked Catherine, how did she feel about it? And she was like, I laughed because I was the same way until I became his girlfriend. So Sheila at first was not going to get another date from Ricky because he said that he didn't want Catherine to think that it's anything more than a learning experience. But Stacy was like, that doesn't work with this process. So I'll ask you again, because you're doing yourself a disservice by worrying about her feelings, and you got to go with your feelings and how you're feeling. So he was like, if I was single, yeah, she get another date easy. So, yeah, like, just admit you like her. I'm sorry, but I don't see it for this couple. It just gives me homeboy, homegirl vibes. Like, when she went on her date, it was like he was trying to push her out the door. Like, he couldn't get rid of her fast enough. And when he was on that date with Sheila, it was obvious that he was attracted to her and was vibing with her and liked her. Like, it was more chemistry between them than it ever was with him and Catherine. I just don't, there's just something about them that's real off. When it comes to Jasha, he said, he was like, you ain't come to play. She was an ATL baddie. Like, he going in about how this girl looked, how fine she was, and he was attracted to her. And Joya even says, when she came in, his face lit up. So it kind of made her a little, nervous. So he said that he liked that the girl didn't want kids yet, but he doesn't want another date because it made him remember everything about Joya that he really truly liked and loved. And I like Jasha. I really do. I think he's handsome. He got a nice build. He tall. He seems like he's a sensible man. I like him. I like his vibe. Stacy tells the couples that this week you're all going to go on dates with people you already know, your exes. So they like, nah, Bernie, I don't like this. But Joya and Jasha don't have to participate because their exes didn't feel comfortable coming on the show because they share children with their exes. So we find out, used to be married, and he has a daughter and she has a son. So they were extremely pleased that they didn't have to participate in that. But Dr. Stacy said that, I'm still going to have a one-on-one conversation with you guys. But she tells Catherine and Ricky that they're going to have to do their dates because she wants them to recognize the patterns from their past to help them move forward. So now it's the day of Ricky's date with his ex. He doesn't know who's going to show up. But before the person shows up, Catherine says that she wants Ricky to create boundaries with his ex-wife, but wants him to do it on his own and not because she asked him to. And I agree with that. Like, I shouldn't have to police you and tell you what's right and what's wrong and what's respectful and what's not. Like, you should not be spending the night at your ex-wife's house under no circumstance, sir. Like, absolutely not. So his partner, his ex that arrives is Chelsea, his ex-wife. And she says that they're the best of friends. And she goes into the house and her and Catherine greet each other with a hug. It's no animosity or anything weird like that between them two. You can very much see that she ain't looking at Ricky like that no more, and he ain't looking at her like that anymore either. She just feels like Catherine doesn't understand the dynamics of their relationship because it's been working so long for them. She even says, I do feel that Catherine is threatened because of our relationship. I don't think she understands us. I get that she didn't like the sleeping over. I think if she was more vocal, it would help. I don't want her insecurities to try to come in between him and his son. And I don't think that would happen, or even she would want that to happen. But that's inappropriate for him to be sleeping at your house. It just honestly is. You're his ex-wife for a reason, and he's in a relationship with me. Why can't the son come over here and while you at work or doing whatever it is that you're doing? That's just ridiculous. So we then see Stacy in the car. She's calling Chance and Dunbar. They're not answering the phone, so she leaves them a message. And we then see Chance and Dunbar in their confessional, and they say that we took a break to regroup. It's a lot tougher than we thought. And I was like, yeah, it's obvious that y'all came on here for some fluff. Y'all came on here to play. Nothing about y'all seems serious to me. Everything seems like pomp and circumstances and like a pony show. It doesn't even seem real to me at all. Casey then meets up with Joya and Jasha at their house to have the one-on-one conversation with them. And we learn that Joya's baby daddy lives in New York. And so she has their son during the school year, and then their son goes to New York to be with the father during the summertime. And she said that she's always wanted another child. Like, that is non-negotiable for her. We find out that his ex had trust issues and that they had financial issues, and that's why they broke up. His ex-wife lives in Atlanta, and he can see his child anytime he wants. She's remarried, gone on with her life. So Stacey says, how is it seeing another man raise your child? At this point, she's asked Joya to leave the room so she can talk to Jasha one-on-one. And he says, I didn't anticipate it bothering me as much as it did at first. And it's something that I think about happening again. That's another reason why he's hesitant on having a child with Joya, because he doesn't want to experience that again. But he says he feels pressured into having kids, but doesn't want to lose her. Stacy says you all need to ask the hard questions so we can know where this is going. And I agree. Like, it's time to put up or shut up. And we both have to understand how each other feels and deal with it. Either you'll be able to accept it or you won't. And y'all just gonna have to go y'all separate ways. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's a much needed conversation. If that lady want to have children again and time is a ticking and you're not ready, y'all might need to just separate. That is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really know what else to do or to say regarding that. Catherine prepares for her date, and it's her ex-fiance Corey who arrives. Now, we learned that they worked with each other. She was 20 when they met. He was 36, child. They got in a relationship. They got engaged, but things did not work out between them. And I'm like, what was your 36-year-old self doing dating a 20-year-old girl, first of all? Ew, gross, Corey. He has gone on to be married now. He's happy or whatever. So on her date, she learns that she has to learn how to communicate her feelings to Ricky when it comes to co-parenting, because that was one of the issues in her relationship with Corey that caused them not to work out. At the end of the episode, Stacy finally meets with Dunbar and Chance, and she asks what happened to them, why they didn't show up. And Dunbar says, we realize that we are truly in love with each other and don't want to date anyone else. I'm in the best situation with the person that can help me grow. I'm not depressed anymore. So Stacey was like, oh, it just went away. And he was like, yeah. At that point, I was like, get him off my television. Get off my television screen because y'all playing. Get out, please. Just go. At that point, I wouldn't even continued on with the conversation because y'all playing. Get out my face. So Stacey was like, you know, we had a breakthrough, but I wanted you to share that with her to bring you all closer. You said to me, Dunbar, I don't trust her. And Chance was like, is that what you said? Word for word, or is she putting words in your mouth? So it was already evident and clear from the first episode that Chance didn't like Stacy. She didn't like what Stacy was saying to her. She's one of them people that don't like to be held accountable or told nothing because she know everything. Okay. And I really feel like that was the reason why they did not continue on with the process, because she didn't like her and she ain't want to hear what that lady had to say. So Dunbar was like, I definitely didn't say that. Now they did a flashback, and that is not how he said it. He said, and Dunbar says, you know, a lot of the things that I've been going through because of the past is because I struggle with mental issues, struggling with depression. What I didn't trust was that when I do give someone everything, they tend to leave me. Now, that is what he was talking about. He didn't say he didn't trust her. He didn't trust that she wouldn't leave him. So that is a big difference. So Stacy was like, because he doesn't trust you, there's something there that really might not have nothing to do with you, but about his past. Chance, we were on the tip of some good stuff, and it breaks my heart today that you are betraying you. And baby, this is when Chance get defensive. She situate herself in her seat, and she was like, yeah, let's have a conversation now. How am I betraying myself by choosing to work with this man that I love? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So Stacy was like, whoa. I didn't say that it was anything about you working with him. It's not me against you or Dunbar. I'm just calling facts. You're betraying yourself, Chance, by not listening to the red flags. Not red flags to run and flee, but red flags to work on. And the fact that, honestly, Dunbar, you don't want to acknowledge right now your truth, it is a betrayal to her. You can run from your problems, but they will follow you. And I 100% agree with what she was saying. Like, they are, if their story was true, they're both living in denial and don't want to face the facts that he has issues that he's running from and don't want to deal with, that are going to present themselves throughout this relationship until he does. And she doesn't want to accept or acknowledge that they have a troubled relationship. She wants to pretend like everything is peachy keen and perfect, and she don't want nobody saying nothing to her. So if that is true, then they are doomed. But it's something about them that's just coming across like they wanted TV time, because on tonight's episode, after the show aired, they then posted this on social media. Dunbar tweeted, God makes no mistakes. Thanks to everyone for supporting us. This was the most important thing in my life. Finding true love, connecting with family, and creating new and powerful relationships. My rib, my queen, she said yes. Hashtag put a ring on it. Hashtag it happened. Hashtag she said yes. Child, that don't even look like Chance. She looked totally different. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I guess congratulations to them. I don't know what's real and what's fake, but I'm just happy they're off the show because ain't nobody got time to be playing with them. And hopefully he wasn't on television playing around with mental health. Hopefully, truthfully, because how you gonna go from saying you've been dealing with depression and anger issues and anxiety, and then all of a sudden you're cured. You're cured just like that. Everything is great. Hopefully he not playing around or whatever, because if he is, that is horrible to do, especially considering I'm a person that deals with anxiety. Like, that ain't nothing to play around with. But they're lame. They're goofy. Goodbye. Good riddance. Overall, I'm going to give tonight's episode a B+. Can't wait next week to see what the new couple, who the new couple is that's going to replace them. And we get people on here that is serious about the process. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Do y'all think that Chance and Dunbar was being real, or do you think they was faking for the cameras? Let's talk. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.